Welcome to the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes and one of the great settings in all of college football. Boy, the scarlet and gray already rocking this house. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Wolverines will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Buckeyes offense will have the first possession of the game. Stakes are always high in the game. Careers are made and lost because of it, and they'll have to manage their emotions, guys.
Some games in college football just mean more. When you think about Ohio State and Michigan, you think about not just Big Ten implications, national title implications, Heisman Trophy implications. Late in the year, David, this is just must-watch TV.
Must-watch TV. Two of the winningest programs in college football history. This game, I tell you what, recent years has really brought back the tradition and been so much more competitive now that Michigan's also getting some wins.
He'll do it himself. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. After the good pickup on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. From the gun, running back gets the give. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. And the Buckeyes have this offense rolling. Out of the gun, the give to the back. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, with great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always matters. You go back to 2006, number 1 versus number 2. So always disdain, always hate. Don't even call each other by their names. Like, this rivalry means so much to college football.
Gonna run it. It's Fuller. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. On the run, fires downfield. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Michigan's offense has its first opportunity of the day. These two dudes who both come off the edge can wreck an offensive stage, Jesse.
Man, these quarterbacks better have an internal clock working today. If you hold on to the football, you are getting set.
Best athletes on the field are defensive linemen, and when you got guys like this that can get after the quarterback, points will be at a premium.
They'll keep it on the ground. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27. This crowd trying to make life miserable for They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And the Wolverines are stopped, but not before getting the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Just when they're looking one, now up top. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Getting some heat. Didn't put much on that one, and it's incomplete. The Wolverines send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react to getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. Dropping back, it's Cox. Oh, he dropped the football. He had it right in the middle of the field and just ran before he finished the catch. It'll be 4th down. Boots his first of the day away. Was called on 4 times in the victory last week. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Here's the handoff. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying play action. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Those winged helmets flew up and down the field as Michigan won in a blowout last season.
It was a beatdown, and the team up north did some spanking to the team down south. And this was their...
He lobs one high down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Wolverines will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one, and David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. The Buckeyes will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. They'll throw it on 1st down. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. Leaves it with the back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Got a little work done on 1st down, now back to the line. Leaves it with the running back. Tackled at the 45 after the 5-yard play. It's enough for the 1st down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll go to the ground. Oh, what a move! Running toward the tape. Touchdown, Wolverines! He broke away from the defense. defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats, and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off with an electrifying 45-yard run to the house. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Brought down at the 26 after a 15-yard pickup. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll give it to him again. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Looking for a man. It's Cox. Quick strike complete. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. New set of downs after that completion. The run from the shotgun. Still on his feet at the 45. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Here's the give off the left side. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Finds the tight end. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's there to make the stop. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I can go back to 2006 when they were 1 and 2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
And the Wolverines are rolling down the field. They'll leave it with him. He now has 72 yards rushing and getting ever closer to that 1,200-yard mark. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Off play action. Got a man. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. To the ground to try to pick up the first. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. The Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. Used the play fake, now to throw. Took a shot as he threw. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. He leaves it with his back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Wolverines line up to punt it away. They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Motion from the offense. Handoff from the gun. Gives him a little breathing room, picks up 5 and gets it to the 7-yard line. Lining up to convert 3rd down. To throw, it's Cox. And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain. And the Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Slips through the line. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. They're working that left side. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. The give to the back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. To the ground to try to move the chains. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Pressure coming. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run it from the gun. Breaks the tackle.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
On 3rd down, going up top. Slides him, but he can't get away again, and down he goes, and the trickeration is not so tricky. How about this DB turning on the Jets and getting the first sack of the game for this defense?
And that is how you come from the secondary with authority. Come with some speed, some vitriol, some hate. Just get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. Nice job by the secondary getting the quarterback.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
A 3rd down try for the offense. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Zings it complete to the right. They didn't get a ton of yardage there, but they're really effective at using the back out of the backfield, and they do it to get the first down here. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Cox. Almost had the completion, just missed it. No gain on first down after the incompletion. Now 2nd and 10 from the 40. This time it's complete. Tackle is made after the first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Pulls it in. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. They'll immediately call timeout. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. Fires into traffic. Picked off. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
You don't see a lot of teams that are successful throwing the football in the snow, and obviously on that last one, got away from the quarterback, nowhere close to the intended receiver, and the defense able to come away with the INT.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Give to the running back. Looks as if he'll work his way forward and get it up to about the 11-yard line. This offense has a 2nd down play. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, whether it's in the shoe or the big house, when you have these two programs with all that's at stake today, you know emotions run high in a game known simply as the game. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by acknowledging the sparkling play of this tight end. The guy's like an aircraft carrier out there as a blocker. And then when he releases and shows off that speed and route running, he's almost unguardable. Gotta believe he won't be able to go anywhere in this 2nd half without someone attached to his hip. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Michigan and Ohio State plays out.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Low-scoring first half, but now an opportunity to get things off on the right foot here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, and the good thing is you had time to go in the locker room. You had time to discuss what they're doing, what our plan of action is now moving forward. They might have caught them off guard a little bit. They know they should have made some adjustments.
Yeah, you had a chance to regroup and go back and think about, okay, where do we think we have our best chance of success in this game? Which side of the offensive line can we run to? Which guy can we throw to hopefully now have a much better 2nd half?
Looking to go up top on 1st down. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line. They'll have it 1st and 10. It's a reverse. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Off the play fake. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. And this crowd loves a good pass rusher in the line of Chase Young, the Bosa's. Jim still wagging. The Buckeyes can get after the quarterback.
Yeah, and when the crowd's going nuts like it does in the shoe, it just makes it easier to rush the pass. The snap count is silent. It's predictable. And then you pin your ears back. And that's why they've had so many great pass rushers at Ohio State.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. The Wolverines will call on their punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll wave for the fair catch and haul it in at the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, in every possession. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. Off the play fake on first down. Throws to the wideout. The freshman quarterback very fortunate for that one to fall incomplete. Offense gets set for second down. They'll try the run. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. It's a draw. He just broke the century mark, 100 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Now on second and goal. They'll give it to the back. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is third and goal. Power ahead. Touchdown, Michigan! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Coming after it. Pulls it in. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. And here comes the offense on second down. Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. If they're going to keep this drive going, they'll have to make a play on third and long from the 26. Wide out in motion. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
That defender was not fooled at all by the play action. He never thought the offense was running the football. He had his ears pinned back, used his speed to get to the QB.
The Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Now on the return. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. He'll come out throwing on first down. Release to the back. He's got his man. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Wants to throw on second down. Complete downfield. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Caught behind the line. It's Freeman. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds. The play action fake. Feeling some heat. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Trying to get to him. Just a short pass to the tight end. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. Just drives it between the uprights. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking downfield, it's Cox. Makes the grab down the middle. They've got it out to the 34 after getting 5 there. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll run it from the gun. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. 9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a youngster. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. And the Buckeyes get it past the sticks. They've already moved the chains a couple of times on this drive, now out close to midfield. Wide receiver shows motion. Trying to find his man on first down. Got his man on the right. Open space at the 25. And he's brought down after a huge completion. The Buckeyes are in the hurry-up. They think there's room to run to the right here. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Now the play fake. Got his man quickly. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
He'll try to tack on one more. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the 4th quarter. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
That big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. Using the quick game. And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. They'll run play action. Gets it to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On third down, he drops the throw. They've got the screen set up. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Back to the air one more time. Can hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Got it in the middle. It's Burks.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They'll try to run for it. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Got his man on the outside. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Second and goal for this offense. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Wolverines! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
The identity of this offense is their ability to run the football. They're doing that in this game. That's now 3 rushing touchdowns on the day.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. The kickoff unit about to go to work. He'll bring it out. It's McIntosh. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Just going to keep it after the snap. The Buckeyes get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running to the left. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They'll snap it from the 25 here on 2nd and long. The give to the tailback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking downfield, it's Cox. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Last thing you need is this guy getting knocked around. Wisely avoids the hit with the slide. And the Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. To the ground with the back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes second down. They'll run it from the gun. Low man wins, and he just smashed him. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. A first down run on the doorstep. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Michigan! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. The kickoff team out there getting set. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time. Just slithered through the tackle, and he's got room to run. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up at this point in the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10.
Right now, let's go get 6.
Looking to throw, it's Cox. Fires to the wideout. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Got some room to run. The 10. Touchdown, Wolverines. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return.
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Makes his connection. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the football.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Soft spot in the middle. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a 1st down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Michigan. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right. doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he did get that extra point through, no problem with the frozen tundra beneath him. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Back to throw, it's Cox. Pocket starts to collapse. He'll try to do it himself. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Let's see what they've got on second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Bass. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Comes out throwing on first down. They're trying to get to him. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. 2nd and 10 after the previous play. He's looking to throw. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a first down.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Throwing right. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
The inside handoff. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. I know a lot of people thought this was going to be a blowout, but this team said, just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions.
It's so true, Reese. I mean, they had a lot of dudes that we were talking to leading up to this game just had a chip on their shoulder. They just didn't feel like they were being respected, and they wanted to come out and they wanted to prove a point. And David, they did exactly just that.
And it's so much easier to be the underdog. It's so much easier to coach that team and you go, hey, they're ranked. Everybody's talking about them. You don't have a chance. It just builds all that momentum, all that hate, and you just pour it out on the field.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.